Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a brand new episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. We've made it to Friday, so it's time for me to talk about the games I've been playing this week, give you guys my opinions and thoughts on them, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts as well, though, so if you've played any of the games I shared with you today, let me know your thoughts on them. I'd also love to hear about games you guys are playing, as that gives me ideas of new games to play and experience. And if you guys have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy, let me know, as I'm always looking for great recommendations. Now this week, I have not been able to do a whole lot of gaming because I've been doing some overtime at work, as well as my schedule got changed a little bit. Normally I only open, but today I actually have to go in and close. And I've actually had some days off with my wife, so I've been spending some time with her. So I haven't had a whole lot of time for gaming, but I did start a new game here for the Xbox 360. And it's one I have not played in years, but it's one that I really liked. And it's a series of games that I love, and that is Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. Now, I've been a huge fan of the Lego games ever since I played those original Lego Star Wars games, where you got to go through the original trilogy, and then you got to go through the prequel trilogy. So I always loved the Lego Star Wars games, and I had picked this one up years ago, but I had never actually watched the Clone Wars TV show that this game was based upon. And so I didn't really know a whole lot about what was going on in the story since I hadn't watched that show. Well, a few years ago, my buddy Dean had recommended that I pick up the complete collection on DVD of the Clone Wars shows, and I started watching them, and I'm almost all the way through season 4 now of the Clone Wars show, and I'm really loving it. So on the back it says, "The saga continues. Build, battle, and laugh your way through the Star Wars universe like never before. Play in levels spanning the entire Clone Wars era, including seasons 1 and 2 of the hit animated TV series." So the first 2 seasons of the animated show are actually in this game, which is really cool. Build your army and defend your bases in the biggest Lego Star Wars battles ever. So that's something too that was different from the previous Lego Star Wars games, is there's actually a lot larger battles. There's base building in this, so you have some kind of RTS elements in it, and not just simply playing through the stories. So that's what's really cool about that. And it says brand new multiplayer modes enable you to play with friends in all new ways. So really cool. Now, I have not played this co-op, which I used to love playing co-op with my brother, but there are some modes you can unlock only when you have 2 people playing, and you can do local co-op as well on there. It has friends and achievements, but I don't believe you can play online. It doesn't look like it. So let's check out Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Hey guys, today we're taking a look at Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars, which I'm a big fan of these Lego games, especially the Star Wars ones, because some of the first Lego games I ever played was the Lego Star Wars games on the original Xbox and 360. This is one that I had picked up a long time ago, a little after it had first released, but I never played a whole lot of it, like only about an hour of it, and that's because I never really watched the Clone Wars TV show at the time that I picked this up, so I really didn't understand the storylines in this game until I actually, in the last few years, I actually started watching the Clone Wars TV show as a recommendation from my good buddy Dean, and I really loved the TV show. And so I wanted to go back and beat this game after all this time, since I haven't played it in so long. Now, I only played it about an hour when I first got it just to test it out, but I never went back to it. I just thought, you know, it's been a while since I played a Lego game, so let's go back and check out Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. And what's also great is this is backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Series X, which is I'm playing on. I've been playing it this week for a little over 4 hours. I've got 5 hours and 13 minutes total, and I got 15.7% complete in the story. Now what's cool is the hub world here takes place on the bridge of a Venerator class starship, which is really cool. And you can see the graphics look really awesome, especially look at the detail in the space and the ships and stuff. And I just always love these Lego games. Now what's also cool about this one is that this is where the Lego games still had the mumble voices. That's what they call where the guys mumble, they don't actually have real voice acting. In the later Lego games, they actually started using audio directly taken from the movies, or they had people voice acting for it. And I like those, but I feel that the Lego games were really had a charm to them when they used the mumble voices. So I do like them with the mumble voices. And then this is where you can get your main missions from. So you have your area to select your missions to play. You have systems. You can actually change systems in this game and get new missions in different areas. So you can go to different planets and different systems in the galaxy, which is really cool. This is where you keep track of all the characters, which these Lego games are always packed with a lot of characters for you to unlock. And you unlock them by playing through the story, but you also can unlock them by buying them when you run into them. So there's quite a few for me still to get. There's also a 2-player mode, which you can play in arcade mode, which is cool, but you have to have a second player. And then there's also 2 other modes I have not unlocked yet. So let's go to where the bread and butter of these games is, the actual missions. And what's cool is as you play through the story mode, you start unlocking different branching story paths, which is really awesome. So we'll go to mission 5. And I have 2 of the 10 mini kits. If you guys remember playing the previous Lego games, you have to unlock the mini kits, and some of them you can only get if you play through free play. So first you have to beat the game's story mode, which I did on this one. You can then play it free play, and free play allows you to bring in characters that weren't in the story missions. So there are secrets and stuff for you. Like sometimes you got to play as a bad guy to unlock something, or you got to bring a character that wasn't in the story mode in order to get all the secrets and stuff. So I do plan to beat to the story, and then I'm eventually going to go back through and get 100% on this game, because I like doing that in these Lego games. But it's key to have the strategy guides or a guide online, which I have the strategy guide, because it can be very difficult to get all the secrets in these games. So let's check it out. And you get the classic Star Wars credit crawl as well, and the classic Star Wars music. It's awesome. And this is Chapter 5, The Weapons Factory. And I love that the credit card gives you basically a little synopsis of what the mission you're going to take on is, and gives you a little idea.
Coffee, Joe? Coffee!
Hey!
And what's cool about this one, compared to the old Lego games, is there's actually a lot of these battles where you have these bases where you can actually build stuff when you have money, like cannons and things to build troops. And you can actually take over these different little base areas. So this game has some like RTS elements to it as well, not just Lego stuff, like the normal Lego Star Wars games where you just go through the missions. So I thought was pretty cool. And then of course, like in all the classic Star Wars games, you can build stuff as well. Oh, they destroyed the big vehicle. And there's different vehicles for you to get as well. I'll fight them. So you gotta destroy these droid factory buildings here so they'll stop making the droids. And then when you destroy all the buildings, you can actually take this over and then you can start building your own bases. Which is pretty cool. And then you can switch between characters and stuff. And these are always really fun to play co-op though, too. I used to love playing these with my brother. They're a lot more fun playing with another player. You always want to collect as much studs as you can because this is how you can have money to build stuff. Aw, died. Ooh. These big vehicles here. And it's really awesome that all the Lego models they use are ones that they actually sometimes really have models kits you can buy in real life to build. There we go, so now we took over this one as ours. And now you can see the battle just got even larger now. Because they've unlocked even more bases now for us to fight. The computer will control the guys with you, but they don't always do that great of a job, though, you'll notice. Try to take out this big cannon asshole here. Sometimes you can stun enemies, too. I see he's knocked down and stunned. Killed the people that controlled it. Now, I own this, so I can build something like a barracks. Now it'll start producing clone troopers for me to help out in our battle, which is really awesome. Let's see, we got a new thing. Ah! Bastards. Now I can build a cannon and I can control that. And start using that as to fight stuff, and then your random computers that are helping you, and the NPCs will sometimes hop on there and start helping you out, which is really awesome. And you can also steal the enemy's vehicles for a little while. After a little bit of time, it'll shut off as they'll take control back from you, and they'll pick up the ship so you lose it. But it's cool playing as stealing some of their weapons and vehicles and using it against them. Yep, see, now they've taken it back, so now I lose access to it, and I'll pick it up. And then you have certain ones like these silver Legos. So when they're the silver Legos, you actually have to use a powerful vehicle, like that big walking vehicle, and use that to destroy them because they are impervious to regular attacks, even the lightsabers. So there are some little things you have to do, little challenges and puzzles and stuff for you to solve as well, and come up with creative ideas and ways to defeat some of the enemies in this game. So I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars is like. If you guys have loved the previous LEGO Star Wars games and you never played this one, I highly recommend you pick it up. It's not very expensive, and it is backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Series X, and they look absolutely amazing on there. So definitely you guys should check this game out. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. It's a really fantastic LEGO game. You know, this still has the mumble voices, as if you've played any of the newer LEGO games, they started actually using voices, like they would take them right from the movies and audio, or have people do record voice acting lines. But it's still, I love them with the mumble voices, and this is just really an awesome game. Great little family-friendly game that you can play. You don't have to worry about anything being too violent or anything for kids if you want to play with your kids or something. You know, it's a great game to play with a partner as well. And it's just really fun, and they have the humor that these LEGO games have. And I do recommend playing the other LEGO Star Wars games if you haven't played those yet either. They're really fun, especially if you know the movies. They're just really great fun seeing the little silly takes that they take in these LEGO games. But I've been having a lot of fun with it this week, and I'm hoping to continue playing it next week. And I got to bust out my strategy guide for this, so it'll help me with getting all the secrets that are in the various missions and stuff, and unlocking all the characters. And it's just a really good game. I really love it. So if you love Star Wars, and especially if you've loved the Clone Wars, I recommend getting this LEGO Star Wars 3, as it's a fairly cheap game, and it's backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series X, so you get all the performance upgrades and graphical boost playing on the more modern hardware. But definitely you guys should check it out. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you've played this one or not. Would also love to hear about the games you guys are currently playing, and if you have a recommendation on games you think I might enjoy, let me know, as I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.